What do you do if it's the mid-90s? You don't have a Nintendo, but you want to play some Super Mario. Most people would think,
Hey, I guess I'm shit out of luck.
but I'm here to tell you no, you're not. Dust off that Packard Bell or that old compact with the sticky keyboard. Because today we're going in to play some Super Mario clones on DOS. Welcome to Kilgras. First up, we've got Todds Adventures. This game was created by Georg Rotensteiner back in 1993. It's a Super Mario-inspired platformer where you control this guy Todd Byman through an adventure. The Wrath of the Dragon Lord, to be precise. The story of this game goes that an evil dragon, Lord Hakan, has overthrown the king, and you've got to go and beat the dragon to save the kingdom. The first thing you'll probably notice in this game are the very basic and unpolished graphics. Dude looks like he's had too much coffee, or other stimulants. This was only made by one guy, and it's freeware. I don't think he was charging money for this. So this was probably just more of a learning project or something for fun. But yeah, it's Super Mario. Only here, you can't jump on enemies. You just die. And there are no power-ups, which kinda sucks. But these things do make the game much harder, since you can't defeat any of the enemies. Which, I didn't beat this game, but as far into it as I got, it kept introducing new enemies, which I thought was really cool. I thought this game had some good platforming. There are some parts where you can't mess it up at all, because it's only one hit and you're dead. Or there are areas where the platforms fall, but unfortunately there are no checkpoints. This can actually be a pain because there are good-sized levels here. Not the most exciting game, but it does have its moments. I started out really not liking this, then it started to grow on me. Then this happened. You guys know how I feel about cheap deaths. This game kind of feels like something you'd play on your TI calculator in class. Next up, we have Kid by Stefan Vogler. Kid is a Super Mario-style platformer where you've got to defeat the enemies, collect the fruit, and stay out of the pits. It's got all your usual Mario stuff. Brick breaking, enemy head jumping, and power-up getting. This game's actually got a few power-ups, including darts, which shoot at a good speed. It's a decent weapon. Then there's this one. I can't tell exactly what it is. It might be a gust of air, or maybe it's a bunch of spit, but it's a pretty powerful weapon. The projectile moves fast and kills everything in its path. There's also a bouncy ball power-up, which is not much different than Mario's ball in Super Mario Land. They have similar balls. The bricks you break in Kid are often placed as to be a puzzle. There are parts where you don't want to break the wrong bricks or break them in the wrong order, or you won't be able to reach certain parts of the level. Areas with a bonus item, such as the level exits. Again, like Mario Land, they have multiple exits, with the upper exit bringing you to a bonus round. Overall, this is a pretty fun game. I like the graphics, I like the gameplay. I thought the main character moves a little too fast, but there are some good ideas and some fun to have with this one. The Great Gianna Sisters, aka the Great Giant Sisters. This was coded by Rainer Cinch, originally for the Mecha and Symposium Demo Scene event in 1998. All games in this competition had to be 32K or smaller in file size. That's pretty small. And this game won that competition. This game was worked on a bit more after then, but it was never finished. In this version of Gianna, there are no power-ups. These are also not the original levels, and it's kinda glitchy. The graphics resemble the Amiga version of Gianna, but the music resembles the Commodore 64 version. Yeah, this version's not so great. It feels unfinished. It's missing so much. You can't even break the bricks. It was abandoned in favor of a Windows version, which you can tell more work went into that game. This is Mario and Luigi, written by Mike Weering back in 1994. This was actually not supposed to be released. The story goes that originally a beta version of this was leaked and sold by a group aptly named Chaos Software. When Mike found out about this, he released this version along with the source code, which has a few more levels than the leaked version. It's got 6 levels total, some good platforming, but a short game overall. It has the stuff you'd expect from Super Mario: mushroom power-ups, fire flowers, brick-breaking, turtle-kicking action. It's got some smooth gameplay, great frame rate on this game, and it has some low system requirements. The only thing I really don't like about this one is the movement. Mario's got no momentum or weight here, so when you let go of the buttons, Mario just stops and falls straight down. This can throw you off if you're used to how Mario normally controls. Even if you just let go of the run button while you're in the air, you slow down to a walking speed. This game engine went on to be used in another, more elaborate Mario clone, and the final game we're going to talk about in this video, Super Angelo. Super Angelo was released as shareware back in 1997, again by Weering Software. This game doubles down on the Mario formula, offering several worlds of Super Mario-style action to play through. This is a well-expanded version of Mario and Luigi, featuring interesting MIDI sound effects. Wonderful graphics, and new power-ups, or guns, which include both slow-moving bullets and a spread shot. The levels that are in the shareware version anyways, more on this in a minute, the levels range between easy and a lower side of medium difficulty. There's enough variety and good enough design in these stages to keep your attention, but I never really felt challenged from what I did play of it. There's no sense of urgency in this design to keep you moving forward, so it's really the type of game that you can easily take at your own pace. You have time to prepare for everything that's coming up. And in my opinion, that's just not the best design for this type of game. I want to have to react quickly in these situations, and that's just not something that I saw in this. That being said, I'm not knocking this game. It's a fun game with wonderful mechanics. And aside from Mario still having no momentum or weight, everything reacts just as you would expect. Hell, this game's even got swimming mechanics. That's impressive. I'm surprised that this game was for sale, given Nintendo's historical attitude towards Mario clones. But from my understanding, it wasn't for sale for all that long. I want to take a closer look at the full version of this game on this channel in the future, so if you know where I can get a copy of the full version, 2.2, hit me up. I need it. So that was a look at 5 Super Mario style games for PC DOS. In my opinion, these games weren't quite as magical as the Nintendo Super Marios, but I find it interesting that these developers took the formula and put their own little spin on it to see what they could come up with. I love that type of creativity, but Nintendo don't. This was a time before Super Mario Maker, and for the most part before emulators took off and ROM hacks started coming out. These DOS games are not going to be as satisfying as an original Nintendo Mario game, but they are a look back at the origins of fan games for the series. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that like button. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I make videos about more obscure gaming topics, stuff like NES ROM hacks and Game Genie, but I also make retro computer game reviews and stuff with my own style. Interesting stuff. I hope you check out my channel. I'll see you soon with a new video. Goodbye.